Thomas Tuchel would be open to managing Tottenham. Former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel would be open to managing their bitter rivals Tottenham if Antonio Conte was sacked. Thomas Tuchel was well and truly Chelsea through and through during his time at the club, but he would be open to taking over their London rivals. Pressure is mounting on Antonio Conte as things stand with Spurs on a terrible run of results in recent weeks, with the performances not being much better. Tuchel has been on the market since being sacked by Chelsea in September, and is waiting for the right opportunity to get back into management. According to Nizar Kinsella, Thomas Tuchel would be open to taking the Tottenham Hotspur job if Antonio Conte was sacked and it became available. Tuchel was unfairly treated by Chelsea and new owner Todd Boehly in the belief of many fans, but it's unlikely that the decision to take the Tottenham job would be out of spite. Spurs are a club that Tuchel could feel would allow him to prove himself again in English football, with many fans' last memories of the German his sacking by Chelsea. Antonio Conte at the moment has the backing of the Tottenham board, but many fans are growing uneasy with the performances of the team. If results continue to disappoint, a decision may have to be made. Nothing is imminent and it is just interest from Tuchel for the time being. Conte remains confident he can turn things around and some signings in January could help Spurs back up the table. PSV rejected Chelsea's first bid for Noni Madueke. PSV rejected Chelsea's first approach of £30 million for winger Noni Madueke, but talks are ongoing and there is expected to be more bids from Chelsea for the player. PSV rejected the first bid Chelsea launched for Noni Madueke as they are expected to hold out for close to what they got for Cody Gakpo from Liverpool. Talks are continuing between the clubs for Madueke, who is currently just focused on his football. He started for PSV at the weekend and is not letting interest from Chelsea distract him. Chelsea are currently focused on a midfielder, but Madueke is someone they do want to bring into the club in January. According to Fabrizio Romano, PSV did reject Chelsea's first bid for Noni Madueke, which was around €30 million, but talks are ongoing between the two clubs. We here at Chelsea Transfer Room were informed yesterday by a well-placed source that the situation was ongoing and there has been no new updates since the rejected bid. PSV will sell Madueke if the right fee is presented to them, but they are also not against keeping the player. It is not a case that the winger has to be sold, and he will only be if the fee is what they want. Madueke is likely to be open to a move back to London, but is not pushing for the move as things stand and is allowing the two clubs to continue their negotiations to see if an agreement can be reached. Negotiations continue for Madueke, but for now the priority for Chelsea is to sign a midfielder. Chelsea have reportedly set a price of around £40 million for midfielder Conor Gallagher. Since returning from his loan spell at Crystal Palace, things have not exactly gone to plan for midfielder Conor Gallagher. He has not built on his time at Selhurst Park, leading to constant rumours about a potential exit from Stamford Bridge. He has picked up his form of late, but that has not cooled any of these rumours. David Ornstein discussed his understanding of the latest surrounding the Englishman's future earlier this week. Speaking on the Athletics Football Pod, Ornstein stated his belief that Chelsea are looking for a fee of around £40 million from interested parties to sanction a permanent exit for Gallagher. He is unsure if this is an obtainable figure for the Blues, but that will not stop them from trying. He mentioned Newcastle, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Everton as potential landing spots for the midfielder. Given his experience in the Premier League and his status as a homegrown player, the fee quoted by Ornstein does not seem outlandish. With his future uncertain, Gallagher will need to continue to attempt to work his way into Graham Potter's long-term vision if he wants to be an integral part of this Chelsea side. Weston McKennie awaiting a bid from Chelsea. Juventus midfielder Weston McKennie is reportedly awaiting a bid from a top Premier League club, and Chelsea is one of the names on his ideal list. Weston McKennie has been linked with a move away from Juventus for some time now, and he reportedly would like a move to Chelsea. Juventus are looking to offload some assets due to the financial situation inside the club, and McKennie could be one of those. Tottenham have been heavily linked for a long time. Chelsea have not been reported to have concrete interest in McKennie before now, but it could be an interesting deal considering they would like to bring in two midfielders in January. According to Corriere dello Sport, Weston McKennie has rejected a move to Aston Villa due to the fact he is waiting on a bid from one of Chelsea, Tottenham and Borussia Dortmund. Tottenham have been linked for the longest and would be the most likely destination for the player if they were to make a move. Borussia Dortmund are another likely option. Chelsea's priority in January for a midfielder is Moses Caicedo, but they are in talks with a number of players alongside the Ecuadorian. Weston McKennie could be one of those. McKennie has 2 years left on his deal and has a market value of around £20 million. It could be a cheap deal Chelsea look to do, but there's nothing concrete at the moment. Bournemouth also have interest in the American, and his next move will be something to watch for in the remainder of the January window.